During this chat, I'm going to talk with you about file sizes because a lot of the images and model photos that you're turning in are extremely large in size. So there are two things that you need to keep in mind when you talk about file size. One is DPI. That's dots per inch. So that's actually how many pixels make up the digital image. The second piece of the file size that you need to take into account is the actual size. So is it 3 inches wide? Is it 40 inches wide? Is it 10 inches wide? Typically, what you want to have is an image that is no more than 8.5 by 11, and you want the DPI to be 300 DPI. Now, in your drawings that you're scanning in, those you should be scanning in at real size. So, for instance, if your drawing is 4 inches by 6 inches, the scan that you turn in will be 4 inches by 6 inches. Where this gets confusing is when you take a model photograph. So I'm going to show you two images of model photographs. I'm going to open up this small image and large image. So here's the small image. This image, you will notice, so first you can see that I'm zooming in and it is becoming very pixelated. So that means that it probably does not have a very high DPI. But the other thing you should pay attention to up here is on the rulers. So in the rulers, this image is only 4.5 inches wide. And then we can also look at how tall it is. And it is only a little over 3 inches tall. Now what you need to understand is that this image is not very good anyway. But even if it was a really great image, had really great DPI, I would never be able to take this image after I've saved it at this size and make it 8.5 by 11. If I do that, if you go up here to image size, so you can see here, this is the problem. This is the size of the image, and then the resolution is only 72. So I can go in here and I can put 300, right? But you'll see that that does not actually get you any better quality. Once you delete quality, you cannot get it back. It simply just made my file size large. So image, so this was at 72. We're going to leave it at that because we can't get it back. But in this situation, it really cannot be fixed. Now, what's more than likely happening in your cases is that when you're taking the photo with your camera or with your iPhone, what's happening is that you're probably taking a photo and it's actually just a really big image in terms of inches. So if you look at the top along this ruler up here, this image is 55 inches wide, okay? It's very good quality. We can zoom in and see the quality. You can see, I mean, you get really close before it even gets pixelated. So it's good quality. It's just too big. And what's happening is that it's actually making the file size really big. So I'm just going over here to look. So this large image is 2.1 megabytes. Now that's not such a big issue for one image, but if you ended up with 10 images that were this size that you then put into a PDF, it would end up being a really big file. So what you need to do when you bring these images into Photoshop is you go to image size. This one is 72, but we're going to make it smaller. We're going to make this like 11 inches wide, so it's 8.25 inches tall. When I do that, I want to increase this to 300. And you can see here that where this image was 34.9 megabytes, it's now 23.4 megabytes. So this is way better than what it was. So we're going to hit OK, and there you go. So we can go to, so this is actually what you need to be looking at, is making sure that your image is 300 DPI and that the actual size of it is workable. So I would recommend no bigger than 8.5 by 11, 300 DPI.